Hey everyone, Ryan here with a bit of a special occasion whenever this video does eventually go live, that is. This will mark the final time I record in this space. If you're more of a recent subscriber, joined us in the last year or so, you might think this is the only setting I made videos in, but in fact, this will mark the third time I've moved while making videos on this channel, and I've moved something like 6 times total in the last 5.5, 6 years. It's been absurd, but every one of them have been for, changes in internships or career or life situations or whatever. So this one is no different, although hopefully, given the circumstances, this one will be a little more permanent. And I'd hoped it was the same thing with the last situation, but unforeseen circumstances and, again, life situations, they happen. So regardless, I didn't want to drag this out and make this some 15-part moving series because it's just not necessary, but I also didn't want to flip a switch and then I'm in a new setting and everyone's like, oh, what the hell, did you paint the room or what's going on? So I wanted to recap where we stand with the channel and some of my plans going forward, what you can expect. In general, I don't want this to be a big deal, some huge transition. This should be fairly seamless after this point. The only things to really be concerned about is my schedule is changing. I'll have a more steady job at this point, although my drive time will be a lot better than it has been, not only recently, but even in the not so distant past. So that will help in and of itself. And I should have more of a steady schedule. So that will carve out a lot more time. And plus there's some other ergonomic and efficiency changes I hope to make with my layout and video production that will make content better and easier on me. Which is a good vicious cycle. I'm going to try to keep this video concise, but you know me, I have trouble with that. So first things first, the space I'm moving into is a downgrade in one key area in terms of privacy. I will have kind of 2 close next door neighbors, but they're not apartments. So everything else is better compared to not only where I'm at right now, but where I've been. So I will have an entire room dedicated to this, which is great because as of right now, I'm splitting one down the middle, just because I don't have 2 bedrooms. And there's office stuff over here and bunch of crap that doesn't matter right now. But the point being, I can basically set up everything exactly how I want. I might even use the living room. I'm not sure yet. I'm not there. But yeah, no matter which way you slice it, it will be an improvement because I don't have to keep tearing down stuff, moving stuff around. If I want to record this amplifier, I've got to move it from this room over here. Or if I want to change from A-roll to B-roll shots, I got to tear down all the lighting and move stuff. And if I want to be able to walk around in this room, I've got to put it all away. So my plan is to have more permanent fixtures for all of that. So not only will it be easier and faster for me to produce content, but it should look better in the long run. As you guys probably noticed, it was a nightmare getting the color as good as it is in this room, and it's still pretty terrible. And sometimes the camera, the way I have it configured, it will just lose its shit and put a nice yellow filter over everything. But even after some light bulb changes and doing everything I could to make it as good as I could get it, it's still not great. The audio in this room is piss poor because of reflections. Everyone's noticed that. And hopefully all of that will be solved pretty much immediately. And I will at least have the ability to put up soundproofing and stuff there if I need to. So everything should be really good in terms of production and video quality and everything. I would like to upgrade cameras and the audio situation in general, but I'm simply not pulling the views to where that makes sense. At some point, if this channel goes from paying for itself more or less to putting extra cash in my pocket, then we'll look at other upgrades. Keeping with the theme of efficiency, one of my New Year's resolutions this year, which is something I rarely ever make, let alone follow, is to sell off gear and other crap that I haven't used in like the past 6 months or so, if I've used it once at all, and things that I don't have a sentimental attachment to, so it's not like I'm going to miss them when they're gone. So I've already sold off of quite a few things on Reverb and eBay for other hobbies and whatnot. And that is to not only just get stuff out and let people enjoy them, that they're going to a good home, but also to free up some cash to put towards tools and stuff that I could actually use and will make a day-to-day, life difference for me. For instance, recording tube amplifiers and switching between cabinets and load boxes and all this stuff is an absolute nightmare once you get past like 2 amplifiers. So I am dead set on getting an amp switch of some kind. They are a little expensive considering their relatively simple task, but you know, there's a reason for that, the circuits and all of the advanced parameters and putting them on a load and all that crap. But this is a class of gear that I've been planning to add to my rack setup for the better part of 6 months at this point. And some of you might be familiar with stuff like the Ampete switchers or KHE or Cayenne. I'm leaning towards a Delisle V4 Deluxe. I think you can put like an attenuator in the loop, which is pretty cool. But for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, which is fair, this allows you to choose between multiple tube heads and multiple cabinets, or something like a load box with the flip of a switch, and keep them all turned on. That way you can A/B test stuff, or for my purposes, that way if I want to record a DI, I can have everything going to one input, and with the flip of a switch, I can change between amplifiers or change between pedals if I've got an outboard switching system for that. It would be so nice, not only for personal music, but for the channel as well. So that's probably coming. If you have a strong opinion one way or another on a certain brand, let me know. Again, I don't need like MIDI switching, and I don't need 15 amp heads, 10 cabinet compatibility. Something like 6 and 4 or 4 and 4 will be fine for what I'm doing going forward. I'd also like to do something similar with drive pedals and boosts. Eventually have some sort of switching system for that. At the very least, put some of these pedals together, like all the Boss pedals, and some pedal board that I can easily swap in and out, get some clutter off the desk, and make them immediately usable. That'll probably get pushed to the back burner to some of the stuff I'm working on. I'd like to upgrade the monitor here, because as much as I love 1080p ultra wide at 75 hertz, the ultra wide support for video gaming and even a lot of regular programs has been piss poor since I bought this thing like 4 or 5 years ago. Really enjoyed it otherwise, but I'd like to have something high refresh rate. And just as important, I would like to go back to 16:9 for streaming, which is something I've not been able to do a whole lot here. I've been wanting to do it more, but even though our ISP has gotten better, we got like a 10-fold increase in download and upload speed, but not even double our data cap, which is ridiculous to begin with. They have a data cap at all. So guess what? A few 4K downloads or streaming one day, one big video game, and you're done. Like, that's it. So it's looking like I'll have 100 megabit and unlimited data caps when I move. So that will be very nice. So you can expect more streams, hopefully like once every couple of weeks. And finally, for those of you that have made it this far into the video, I think you deserve a little bit of a teaser. So I've got a bunch of questions recently asking about original music. Like I'll play something I came up with for a tutorial and be like, oh, is this going to be on the next album or whatever? Some of that, yes. Some of that, no. A lot of it, no. But I hope to have something out by the end of summer, beginning of fall time range this year. This will not be a follow-up to the Caesarm project yet. I do plan on having a follow-up to Children of the Stars within the next couple of years at the very most. There is a lot of material already ready to go for that, but this one is something I've been working on basically since I picked up an 8-string guitar, and it's ready. All the music is pretty much charted out, waiting on, kind of getting a couple things polished up, but I've already shot cabinet impulse responses. I've got some project mix templates ready to go, kind of in the R&D phase right now, and learning my own material is going to be the longest part, also in the midst of writing lyrics and everything. So yes, there will be vocals on this one, and it won't just be me, which is cool. This is technically still like, yes, it's a solo project, because it's hard to call 2 or 3 people working together a band when you physically can't rehearse together, but at the same time, I would love to see this turn into something a little more permanent. So that's all I really have to share right now. I don't want to spill the beans on stuff that will probably end up changing, and I want to get some legal protections in order and have everything like ready to go, when it is ready, instead of trickling out singles. So we'll see how it goes in the end, but I'm really excited for this one. I hope you guys, that maybe, you know, if progressive, melodic, symphonic flavored metal isn't your thing, you're more into hard, just, you know, get smacked upside the head with a sledgehammer kind of riffage, you might enjoy this one. At least I hope you do. So that'll be about it. I will miss this space in some ways, in most I will not. I look forward to having a little bit more freedom and hopefully be able to set up all my gear in a way that doesn't drive my OCD up the wall and have easy access to everything and give me some room to expand. Besides the video content I've sort of settled into recently, and of course, original music plans, there's plenty of things that, you know, I've pitched out there or I've had written on my to-do list I simply haven't been able to get to. Stuff like more amplifier reviews, or, you know, general gear that I don't either I don't have room for, or it's not within my budget constraints at this point. But it's looking like within the next few months or so, all of that will definitely fall into place. So I'm looking forward to that as much as everything else. So yeah, whether you've been here a few days or almost a few years, it's crazy to even think about that. It's coming up on 3 years since I've been doing this. I appreciate you the same. Thank you for watching so much, and we'll see you in hopefully a more color neutral room and with better audio and hopefully better video quality and hopefully better content. Bye.